That works. Hi guys,
Hello.
how's it going? You ever notice that the streams that Henry's not on starts on time, and the ones that he's here
I was
starts
here.
late?
I was here early. I got my laptop down here.
Yeah.
I got my drink,
That's awesome.
which is now a much harder drink than it was when I first came down here.
I hope you didn't spike that. So welcome to the Project Spark Twitch stream. Today's stream is about lots of things. We're going to see if we can play with physics. We're going to see if we can take a look at some sample creations. We're going to look at our new build, and we'll talk a little bit about what this build is, and mainly set the stage for if and when something horrible happens. We want to give you a little more information about beta. And I think that's there's a couple other things we want to announce, but that's pretty much the big stuff, right?
We are playing very much without a net. Without a net over a shark pit. So this is a much newer build than you guys have seen before. And we will be showing some crashes, what we call assertions, and we will be logging bug report errors live on the feed today.
So everybody is wondering. Everybody's saying, Henry, where have you been? We were wondering when you were going to make an appearance.
I've been
are
here.
you okay?
I've been here.
They're worried for you, man.
I had a day where I caught the plague that was going around, but I've been here. I know Claude and Jared and a bunch of other people have done some cool stuff, but I'm here.
And yeah, Claude and Jared, they stepped up, it really helped out with stuff. So props to
they do
them.
amazing stuff.
So you guys should thank them for doing it, because they get a lot of work to do, and spending their lunchtime putting up with me that's deserves a medal in and of itself. So let's talk first about beta. So we kind of hinted at this last week. We're really, really close on beta. We're getting there. We're hammering out the final stuff. It's not going to make October. You won't be getting an invite in October. I think we originally said October, although I'd have to check the logs. I think it might have been Octovember. Double check that. I think we might have said Octovember.
So I think the big thing is, we are close. So people are working away really hard. We're a matter of, weeks away. So it could be very, very quick. But we are close.
Yeah. So it's sort of week to week. We don't have a date yet. I mean, we could give you a date, but we're not going to release it until it's at the experience level we want.
And we are not 23 weeks. That would be bad.
52 weeks. Wow.
We are not that many.
No, and we mean, we're not talking about next November.
Yeah. And I think, just to talk about it, we've seen some stuff around, hey, it's beta, we know you guys are, a work in progress, we know it's a service, it's going to constantly evolve, and all that stuff. And we appreciate that, and it's definitely true. But, at the end of the day, we are definitely measuring against a couple things. Quality is obviously a big concern. It's a big thing for us. But, more importantly, we're a game that is very wide and very deep. So being able to see all the edges, all the corners, there's just a lot of stuff here. And, when it comes to things like bugs, we know there's going to be bugs. There's stuff that we know that we have to live with that we don't want to. But there is definitely a bar there, when it comes down to things like saving integrity and all that work and time you spent, those are bugs we have to get out of there. And then when it comes down to the experience, people say, well, we're going to roll out new features constantly. We're going to continually update. Absolutely. So there are some things that for the beta you may have seen that may not make it. There are some things that you have not seen or heard of that will make it. And really what it comes down to is making sure we can deliver at least a certain bar around the experiences that we want people to see, because we've already learned a ton from the alpha, and that was absolutely a very small audience. We've already made feedback. We've already put in new things from the alpha. So, when that hits with beta, we know that there's going to be even more learnings. There's going to be even more new things coming. But that bar around the experience, we have to be able to show what's there so we can get the best feedback and get the best experience there. So we're working really hard. It's a few weeks away. We're trying to get it as soon as possible, and we're excited. And we know, just from what we're seeing in alpha, there's going to be incredible things for everybody to play and make.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's one of those things where we really want to see. We really need your feedback on this, but there is a process that we need to go through from taking something that's in active development, which is why you'll see things might crash or whatever, and really tying up all the loose ends and kind of clearing your house, using my analogy there, getting all the sawdust and the wood and the tools out after a house so you can have an open house and people can come in.
And coming up, we're going to be showing some newer builds, and we've got some newer stuff that we can announce. We're going to try and do some stuff for tomorrow. We have another stream tomorrow.
Tomorrow we're going to be
We've got some stuff today. So one of the things we can say is we have a mode, and you'll actually see in the menus here as we drop in and out, there's some other stuff we'll talk about. We have a mode called Game Guides, and this is something people have been asking about, is what is your tutorial? Well, you know, for us, Project Spark is a game about making games. So the tutorial is completely focused on letting you make a game and giving you the flexibility to sort of do your own thing within that. So you're learning and you're making a game during that process. Those are our game guides. We'll dive into those as we go along, but they're definitely cooler than, you know, a normal punch 5 boxes type of tutorial.
Right.
And they're not, you know, some just kind of go through this editor thing, go through this tool set. It's a lot more than that. You'll actually be able to go from start to finish if you want. You'll be able to chunk it out into kind of different parts, and you'll get a game at the end of it.
And we should definitely shout out to our alpha testers because, you know, their feedback was huge in helping for us to develop this stuff.
And I'm logging in there all the time and playing new things and seeing new stuff, and amazing stuff.
I don't know how Henry has time to do everything you do.
This game, it's
crazy.
It's what's important right now.
But one other thing about the beta, one of the other announcements is so that people have been asking if they can upgrade to Windows 8.1 for the beta. So the beta will be on Windows 8.1, and you're actually going to need, it's going to be required for that. So I'm going to update, you know, some posts and things we had on that. We actually need to have 8.1 because it provides some real core functionality that Project Spark needs, and there's a lot of great new things in it, including security and features and things like that we need to do the game.
Yeah, and I just recently went through the update myself. It's a pretty easy update, and for anybody who's been on Windows 8, you can see that what I call kind of you know, comfort of life type of stuff. There's a lot of comfort of life type of things in there. But you know, if you haven't used Windows 8, Windows 8.1 has like a tutorial thing there. It shows you how to use it too. So it's kind of easy to quick and jump into Windows 8 with Windows 8.1.
So let's see if we can do a quick intro here for some of the new people joining.
Cool.
Get the screen on.
All right.
Again, guys, this is our working build. This
Yes.
isn't a prop build. This is what everybody's working on at the moment. So
Prepare to see crashes.
somebody did say, they said, so they set the bar. They said if there's no crashes in the stream, they expect us to release the beta tomorrow.
I don't think that's going to happen. We'll see.
You know what? I don't know. I think it'd be a
So
really safe
you'll
bet.
probably see here we've got a different default character. So you know, again, Project Spark is a sandbox for your imagination. You can play, create, place props into the world, make them come to life, sculpt the terrain in real 3D, paint the world and color it however you want, and do lots of different things with it. It's got a full visual programming language underneath it, but it's got a bunch of different layers. You can just throw some objects in the world and build some games. So this is our default character now, and we felt like having that kind of fighter-looking character wasn't really indicative of the spirit. We wanted people to feel like they can make anything, and this character is a lot more of that kind of starting point where anything can happen. So a couple things too, and these are some minor things, but some big things for us is we've got some button changes. So we've got some new hotkey stuff around the character, so it's very easy to jump into the character and edit them, delete things and go into the brains. And on the other side, we have a very quick and easy right bumper toggle to go and center on the player, and now you can just use the stick to do some analog zooming in and out. So we've got a lot of improvements.
And you guys have seen
all
us,
across
if you've
the board.
watched the
Yep.
stream, us trying to find the player. And so these are all things that we've been just making rapid improvements on. So it's cool to get a chance to show them off.
So one of the things you'll see here is I can just go ahead and I can quickly kind of just pull the terrain here, and you can see our sculpting. I'm going to try and avoid any kind of specific letters because we normally go through our letters as we do this.
No, we're not making a hat shape.
And I can go ahead and build out the world, and I can just kind of pull the terrain. I can do the opposite here and make my brush a little bigger, and I can actually pull through the world and make some nice rivers and do some cool stuff around things like that. I can also go in here and I can very quickly edit and add stuff to the world. So I'm just going to go ahead and build a cube in here. And I can throw in some terrain really quick. And if I ever make a mistake or if there's anything I don't like, I can just go ahead and roll that all back and just undo. So again, very easily, you can go ahead and manipulate the terrain, and you can do lots of different things there. So let's fill this in a little bit more. Get a little bit of an environment on top of what we were roughing in. And one of the cool magic parts of Project Spark is what we like to call the iteration. So it's very quick and easy to jump in and play what you actually have just made. You can see here this character has a camera and has default logic, and it's running around the world, and I can just go ahead and jump around and play. There you can see my jump wasn't quite high enough. I can very quickly hop back into my world, line something up, put a nice little plateau there for them to jump on, hop back into task, try out my new edits, and do some cool stuff. And just like that, we have a little bit of an environment to play through. Some of the other things we've shown a bunch before is we can, the terrain is in real 3D, so we can go ahead and we can punch through little tunnels right through here for our character. We can put on little plateaus, and plateaus are really cool because it builds off the highest point you start on. So I can just extend this out here to be like a little bridge. Put this around the world, drop it down, and now you can see some cool level stuff. I can very quickly paint the world. And you can see here the paint is smart, it wraps around things, it goes around the edges. You guys have seen this a lot. But it's really cool to be able to think about how quick and fast you can make a world. You can go ahead and use different layers, so I can build a little path. And then we have our super fun biomes. You see here, I can very quickly sort of fill in the world with props, which are trees and little rocks and plants and things like that. Or I can go ahead and make the brush super big, and the objects contextually fill in. So there's a quick tour of some of the stuff we can do.
And why don't you just run through this real quick for the people, just to kind of so they can get that little. You can put your ridge down first, but.
So I can, sorry?
Just run. Have the character just run around and kind of.
Oh, yeah. I was going to put a couple of props in the world here. So put a little house down. Put one there.
But yeah, one of the really cool things, and this I know the folks that have seen this have heard this, but one of the cool things that we see when people first see this is they're like, wow, this looks really cool, and then we show them that, yeah, you've just made a game that now you're running around and playing in, and you just have a sandbox, and now you can play around and do whatever you want, and that's really what I think is kind of that first magic moment with Project Spark.
And you can see that I can go ahead and grab all the stuff that just came in on the biome, I can change it, I can edit it on my own, and all that stuff. So let's go ahead and run around where we just made. So
this is cool right here. Just the fact that you've just built all this stuff in that editor, and now you're here running around like that fast.
You can see the water.
Makes game developers drool.
And here it is, a little bit of a modified, updated
I thought he was waving. I'm like, oh, he's friendly, he's waving. No, he's going to give you a goblin slap.
That's right. All right, so let's really quickly dive in and show, we've shown some of this stuff before. Actually, I know a bunch of people have asked us things around like how do you very quickly edit stuff, or how can you add like a weapon to the character and things like that. So I can just dive in and quickly show how we would add a weapon to our character. So let's hop in, grab our character. I can go ahead and go into his brain, and you can see there's a bunch of cool stuff. One of the things we haven't shown before is we have the ability to do teams now. So
yeah, we haven't even talked about
friendly fire, lots more stuff. So you'll see here, this is a visual programming language. It is broken up into a when and a do. So you can see here very simply, when, left stick, do, move, and that just makes the character move. When A button, press jump, and very easily and quickly you can go ahead and add your own behaviors to stuff. If I go to this little plus here, I can go to modifiers, and that'll actually smart recommend things for me to do. So I can do stuff like with swimming, with strafing, with flying on top of the move, and you can just go ahead and you can experiment with cool stuff.
Can you explain teams?
Teams. So we can dive into teams a bit more, but basically the idea behind teams is you're telling the brain that this is a class of things versus another class of things.
Right.
So you can take all the goblins, put them on one team, put all the humans on one team, and then all your auto-targeting and stuff like that would affect one team but not the other.
One good example was, and I don't know if you got to see it, but Jared was playing, I think it was Scouts level, right? And he had his guys, and he was in front of them, and he had his guys going to attack.
Right.
And they all fireballed when he was in front, and they immediately killed him. So he died to friendly fire, and that perfect example of why we're like, hey, we really need teams here, and then the team has been working on that. So now we have that, so you can set people on your team so you don't get hit by friendly fire and that type of thing.
So very easily here, I'm just saying once, so this only does it one time when I start equip sword, and that was it. And now my character should have the sword that I specified in the gallery, and now all of my attacks will go ahead and go.
It's just that easy.
So let's go ahead and face our little goblin, and he thought we were tough before. Get out of there, and then attack with the swords. So that's a quick introduction. I know Mike has some cool stuff that he wanted to show that some people have been making. So let's hop into one of those real quick. I'm gonna hop into 3D HUD. Sound good?
Yeah. So what we have what they call them the reserves. I don't even know why, but it's a group of testers working on the game that are not in our building. They're in another building. And these guys are almost like a skunk works, right? They just make the most amazing stuff to find sort of edge cases and test things on Project Spark. And I love going over and talking to these folks because they're kind of like the community of, the internal community away.
Yeah, so they did the big giant Miami Vice buddy cop movie thing.
Yeah.
They did some of the other big cinematic stuff.
Like, they just done some awesome stuff. So yeah, why don't you so this is one of the things that these guys do. It's like going to visit Q in, like, James Bond. I'm like, I go over there and they're like, hey, we got this, so it's great. And sometime I'm going to get some of those folks on the stream if they have time. I know they're crunching right now, but...
Yeah, no, that would be awesome. So, wow, you can see here the world is filled with logic cubes around what they're able to do. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go into the player real quick. And I think it'd be cool to see this in first person. So I'm going to go ahead and change our camera real quick. So just like that, you saw a third person. Now we've got sort of a Minority Report 3D HUD. So this could be like a cockpit view or something.
You guys can think about what you can do. So it's just really cool to see that. And I love the 3D that you can just move around and see it there. And I think he's actually thrown it he's kind of put it to use in some things as well. Even since I went over and saw them yesterday. So there's a lot of cool stuff going on with that. So that's just kind of an idea of, like, people have been talking about HUDs. And here you go. This is a perfect example of the type of stuff you can do.
Here's our new logic cube. This is actually indicating that there's something going on in the brain here that I guess they're not finished with. But I haven't seen all these Mike has, so that's a quick look at the 3D HUD. Mike, what should I fire up? We go to ring toss?
Yeah, let's try ring toss.
So you will definitely see some bugs. You'll see here some debug stuff. So I don't know, you want to demo this one?
No, I'll let you go ahead.
All right. So I have not seen this before. This character looks like it's coming in with no hair. So it must be this tall.
So this guy, this is a carnival, and he's, I'm paraphrasing the story, but it's this cranky old guy that runs a carnival, and, he doesn't want to have any help or any workers. He's too cheap to hire anybody, so he's going to do it all himself, even though it's really not well set up for that. So he's going to try to do the ring toss. And so he's going to slowly walk over here. I don't know why. I mean, maybe he's old.
They've locked me into walk speed, that's for sure.
Gimp speed. So now he's got a giant, like, sort of ring toss device cannon thing here. And on this side, he basically can move it back and forth. And you can see that thing moving when he does it. And now if he slowly
So, Mike,
walks,
what am I aiming at?
So, well, you want to see, it's a ring toss game. So you want to shoot those things
Oh,
and get
I see,
on.
I see.
Yeah.
All right, so let's try and aim it around there. And I'm gonna slowly. It looks a little bit like the Captain Picard.
Just like
Captain Picard at the carnival. Why did they lock me into walking? That would be my first remix for this game. Would be no walking.
So we're just.
I go here.
Yep. So you go over here, and I think this is the one that does the pitch.
A lot of drama.
Yeah, very exciting.
Oh, I see. Whoa. So you can see it's really easy to animate things in Project Spark as well. So all these gears turning.
And now, as we mentioned, we're going to be releasing information in the future about multiplayer. And we think you guys are going to be really excited. And we want to tell that when we have the whole story to tell. But you can kind of see where this, you start thinking about this. So this is the third one, and this is your power. And be careful with the right trigger because something bad will happen.
So what do I want to hold the right trigger and then...
Oh, so right button is sprint on ring toss. I'm reliably informed by Mr. Davis.
Right button? Oh, right bumper.
Look at that.
Woohoo!
See? Real time. That's great.
Okay, so again, these are levels made by some of the reserve testing crew.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing these for the first time, so... All right, so
Well,
what do
I
I
invited
do?
you to
So,
come over,
so
I
I
don't know.
hold the button, and then I let go?
Yes.
It's not firing.
Well, you're not very good.
I guess not. Am I shooting over?
Hit A.
Well, I remembered to run. All right, well, let's try and... This is going to be anticlimactic if we can't get this to roll. We could get it to crash, maybe. So let's try this different aim here. I'll pitch it down a little more. Does it sound good?
Sure, I think so. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? I mean, it's just a giant contraption. You have no idea about how it works.
Whoa, hey, there we go.
So I'm reliably informed that it's actually not firing in this version, so you are out of luck.
I was going to win.
Oh yeah, and one other cool things about this.
I was going to win the
dude, you totally had it, man.
pointed out stuffed animal that somebody saw.
The giant plushy squirrel,
That's
I
right.
bet, was the thing.
All
And it's
right.
also like it randomizes the targets each time, so that's cool.
All right.
So why don't you try to show this one? We're going to see. Oh, hold on. Let me hide the screen.
all
'cause I
right,
think
this is
gonna be
guaranteed to
awesome.
lock up.
So there you go. Ha ha. Watch, it's going to work flawlessly right now.
No, it's not.
It did? Oh,
No,
there you go. We're hiding the screen because we're getting some asserts
Come on.
that were.
I think we're in. We're in.
Okay.
We're in.
Oh, sorry. I don't know what happened there.
There we go. All right, no problem. So yeah, a couple people have been asking on what is Project Spark coming out on. So Windows 8 and Xbox One and Xbox 360.
That's correct.
And we have a beta coming in a few weeks, as quickly as we can.
Very soon.
Beta
Imminent beta
is
on Windows 8.
on Windows 8, and then we have a beta coming for Xbox One in January.
Yep.
And then we are going to continue to roll out improvements and updates and stuff as we go. And our intention, as of right now, is to keep the beta open all the way through.
Yeah, right. We don't want to we want to avoid doing a wipe. We want to let people continue their stuff.
Yep.
But we can't make any promises because it is, things are going to happen. It's a work in progress, and we want you guys in early because we need your input on how to make this better, how to make this what you want to play.
And some people are asking about tablets and things like that. The Surface. So the minimum specs works on a Surface Pro.
Yeah, Surface Pro
even better
2.
on a Surface Pro 2. In fact, I've been playing a little bit on a Surface Pro 2, and it's really slick. Surface Pro 2 is pretty impressive. I downloaded my Steam library last night pretty quickly, and I'm extremely impressed. So Spark runs great on Surface Pro and Surface Pro 2 even better. All right, so what do we got here? So I'm at the top of the world in some platformer, kind of Banjo Mario.
And I wish I could remember where the cannon is, but maybe we'll find it.
So my goal here is, I guess, collect 100 coins. So it looks like you can see at the top there. Ah, waterfall.
Ooh, look, hey, there's coins in the waterfall. I didn't notice that.
Oh, that's cool.
You missed one.
There's no cave in the bottom of the waterfall.
We need Jared to play this because he just will not miss a coin.
Is he like OCD on the
Yes,
left-hand
absolutely. He crazily needs to get all the coins.
side? All right, well, we got 100 coins. Let's see if we can find them. So this is cool. He's got like a nice little boundary here. It feels like the Truman Show.
This is great. So
So
look at
this
this. There's some really cool stuff up the top. There's this like really neat thing that you're gonna probably see pretty soon. This really cool tower he has there that you gotta get up.
Some cool use of the lighting too, going under the canopies. Oh, this is cool. You've got, like,
What's
a
wrong with
moss.
these colors? On days that we don't stream, I dress like that all the time. I don't
Yeah.
know what you got. What's wrong with you guys?
Oh,
You guys have no sense of fashion.
I think, is this? Oh, this.
This looks perilous.
I don't know. Oh. All right, this is gonna put me to the test here.
Is Naruk bragging again? I'm gonna yell at him.
Oh, this is cool.
So Naruk had kind of a similar level, and we asked him to try to see if he could maybe capture some video on that, and we're going to take a look at that and hopefully get that out to you. I looked at it, I thought it was great.
Woo!
Nice.
All right. Well, look at that. No pressure at all. First time through.
Okay, now that wasn't the...
It's my Nintendo Mario background.
I know, right?
Popping out there.
Now that wasn't the real tower. The real tower is
What?
that one over there to the right.
Oh, cool. It's like a Quidditch ring. It's just cool to look around. I want to find all
It
this
really
stuff.
is. This is like kind of...
Oh, cool. They used the trees as like a platformer. Oh, look, there's a platform. Ah! There's a platform there.
There's a cannon somewhere, if I can remember where the cannon is. It'll shoot you up top. It's in the bushes on the left somewhere. I knew I should have taken
Across the
notes.
river? Oh,
No,
yeah,
it's on this
whoa,
side.
whoa.
It's kind of hidden.
Oh. I'm in the water now.
You're in it. You're in it deep.
I don't know. I don't think I can jump high enough on this edge here. I think we need to remix in some water exits.
Yeah, I mean,
No, this is a little lower. I think I can get out here.
Think so?
So
You
what's
think
the
that?
timer?
I think it's just timing how long it
No.
takes you to take 100, because, for
Oh.
leaderboards and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You can get out on the right up there.
Yeah, that looks good. All right.
Crazy. Oh, look, more coins.
There's a lot of coins. Well, we got 33. So tell us, let's go over a bit of an overview. So these are things that people were able to make with all the props in the game.
Mhm.
They were very quickly and easy able to, this is basically the default character brain. He's got a double jump. There might have been some special tuning on the jump, but I don't think so.
No, in fact, because right now we're tuning jump, right? You
Right.
guys are
Yeah,
working
we
on
are
that?
actually. So you'll see the jump has a little bit of a float to it. In the beta, it'll actually be a bit heavier and it'll be a less float around the jump, but you'll still have full control of the jump in the air and you'll still have really tight control. They took the coins. These look like the coins that are straight out of the gallery. So the coins automatically come with a counter, and you can just automatically, when you touch them, it collects them. So again, they probably put that together really quick. They did add the little number out of number to that system. That's not in the default brain, but that's something pretty easy to do. Let's see if I can get up here. Woohoo! Top of the world! This reminds me of the Ford Fairlane top of the world moment on the tower there.
When we ready to show save state info?
Save state is one of the things that we're trying to get into beta and may not make it, but it'll come shortly thereafter. What we have announced before is that.
What have we talked about with save state?
So we'll dive into level linking save state stuff a little bit more. We haven't officially announced what we can do there. I want to make sure we can show it and do it. But what we have talked about is after as we update, we will have sort of the ability to, at any UGC, be able to resume. So automatically, the user doesn't have to build it into their game and create it. Everybody will be able to actually just very quickly and easily be able to resume in the middle of a UGC when they're playing.
And we'll be sharing more information on level linking and how stuff will go
we still have to
together.
do things like create leaderboards. Some of the stuff that we announced is that users can create their own leaderboards in their own levels. So that's some of the stuff that we also have coming. We have a bunch of stuff around that I hinted to a little bit around attachments and some of the really cool stuff that you can do to make props move and objects in the world move that aren't characters and turning them into characters. And then, of course, we've got game guides, which are the tutorial stuff we talked about to go through. We've got another look at Crossroads coming up. There's been a ton of revamped gameplay, lots of new choices. Crossroads, for those who don't know, is sort of a choose-your-own-adventure. It is a play and create a game as you go along. And we've got a lot of new stuff there.
In fact, this is cool. It's a real issue for us, right? Because we've got all this stuff that you guys are going to see very soon when you get into beta. And we want to show it to you guys and explain it and talk you through and bring up the speed on it. The problem is all this stuff, we need to have a really stable build where everything is in, and we can show it and it looks good. And of course, we're balancing that with beta, and so we really got a tough timeline here on, as soon as we get something that's stable enough to show stuff, we're going to be doing streams 5 days a week probably, just to try to get all this stuff and show you guys, because there's a lot of great stuff we got to show.
Yeah, and Mike, you've talked about it before. The beta won't be under NDA, so we look forward to seeing people streaming and making their own kind of tutorials and promo videos for their levels and showing off what they're able to make and all kinds of stuff like that.
We absolutely want to show off the videos you make. So the good stuff that you guys get, we're going to put out there. Watch out, there's some fire.
No pressure at all here.
Yeah, it's nothing like playing in front of 2,000 people.
No, we're at 5 people.
Oh, okay.
Whoa. All right, so that's the big tower.
That's the big tower.
That is a big tower. Well, we're out of time. I don't think we have time for the big tower.
There's a cannon somewhere. Let me see if somebody knows. No.
It's not around here. I'm sure people are telling me probably on the chat, over to the left, over to the left. No, they're just
holy cow! Climb that!
So here you can see is a prop with some effects.
Well, be careful.
No, it hurts. So there's probably a switch to turn that off or something, so I can get those coins in there. Oh, interesting. Cool. Now here's some eggs and a B button.
I don't know. Hit it. What could happen? What could go wrong?
I did.
Right.
Oh, hey.
Whoa. Hey, that's not very nice.
What's going on there?
But yeah, it's on the inside of the river.
Whoa.
If you run around the inside of the river, there's a cannon in the bushes. You can kind of see it because the B button's there.
Now the eggs have coins in them.
Oh.
That's somewhat evil.
Well, you know. Hey, if you want to make an omelet, you need to crack a few eggs.
They make Kinder eggs. All right. I want 100 coins. I'm so close.
So is this the alpha or unfinished beta?
This is unfinished beta.
Yeah, really our development build of what we have now. And it's tough because like we have a lot of these levels that these folks are making, and every new build with all the changes, things going in and out, things breaking. So it's really tough for these guys to keep their levels running.
Cannon.
It's on the inside. You got to be on the inside, and it's going to be on like the left near the water when you're on the inside.
I gotta find a bridge. There we go. I want to remix Sprint. Right bumper on this game doesn't work.
Oh man, you get their conventions together.
Yeah, so I think some of the people who are in the alpha and seeing stuff are definitely seeing some of the notable improvements and changes.
Yeah.
And again, that's one of the things that's really important is like we're constantly making fixes and improvements and updates, and our goal really is just to have a very, very steady stream of that. And again, like I don't know if you got a note on how long it was, but this is something that just one of our internal testers was putting together on the side, basically,
Right.
for fun, making their own game and their own level. I'm under the giant tower now, it looks like. Into the hobbit hole.
Into the hobbit hole. So yeah, just run around and let me see if I can spot it real quick because I saw it before.
I'm getting close to 100 coins.
I know. So walk around the edge of the moat on the left, and it was down around here somewhere in the bushes.
We need a clue or something.
Well, I think it was more like kind of a developer cheat that he put in, but he just figured he'd put it in as a cannon. So it's like right around that area on.
Is
Yeah.
that? No.
No, it's gonna be. You'll see it. Just keep
There's
going.
a coin, wait.
Oh, coin! Don't forget the coin. So we're coming around here, and let's see.
I gotta get all the coins.
Yeah, just follow this path around. It's going to be in those bushes right along the thing somewhere. Hopefully I was hoping one of the reserves would be watching this and would help us out, but, I think they like watching us struggle.
I think so.
Because there's some really, really cool stuff up top that I'd love to have you show off that I thought was awesome. And I want to see your reaction, Henry, because I know you haven't seen it.
I could go into edit and try and see if I can find a cannon like that.
Yeah, as long as you don't think it'll crash.
Oh, it'll crash.
Oh, it'll crash.
Question is, how bad will it crash? I don't see a cannon.
Oh, wait, yeah. You could show off the object thing, right?
Yeah, that's cool.
Why don't we do that?
All right, let's see if...
This is a cool
Let's see
little
if we've
feature
got
we
it
haven't
named.
announced. Well, if it works. Wait, do I need to...
Maybe.
I'm going to be ready.
Yep. Yep, nothing to see here. No crashes at all.
So how about those Red Sox, huh?
Looking
Man,
good.
ooh.
Oh,
Big win over
you had to go
Detroit.
there, huh?
That was, well, where else am I going to go? Oh, wait, sorry, I accidentally hit the button there. There we go.
All right, so one of the features we now have on our menu is that you can teleporter. So you can scroll through and you can actually see the names of the objects in your world if you've named those objects, and then you can go directly to them. So I'm guessing there's a teleporter somewhere.
I think I just saw it
I
in
don't
the
see
last
the cannon
view.
name though. Let's see if we can actually find the cannon. So you're saying it's somewhere in here?
Yeah, like, I seem to remember it being in the bushes right near the water somewhere.
I'm not seeing
Go
it.
to that object view and go to the second one from the bottom, because I think I saw it there.
Over here?
Yeah.
No, that's skull.
Go to third. Is that it right in those bushes? Yeah.
Is this it? Well, it's a teleporter.
Yeah. So
All right.
that's...
So why don't we do this? I go like this, and then
Well, of course, you could probably just go to the top of the mountain and drop in there, and then
I
we
could
show
do that
people.
if it doesn't crash. No, I said test from here and it didn't work. All right. Well, let's give up on this one.
Okay.
And for the record, I think I was
Wait,
like
go ahead.
18 coins from.
Oh wait,
that.
so you can't place your guy on
No, I can move him if I go to him. Yeah.
so can you?
Oh, we're gonna crash again.
Oh no! How did you know?
Because I tried to edit it.
Oh, I see.
All right. I can grab the character and put him up there.
Yeah, so grab the character and put him up there, because there's really some really cool mechanics there that I think speak to some of the neat stuff.
Where is he? There we go. Okay, I got him.
So
Alright.
we're putting the character all the way up.
So you want me to put him up at the top?
Yep, all the way up the top.
Or is there like a good start that I can climb up it?
No, because you're just going to fall. and
What?
The stream's going to be 4 hours long.
If there's an achievement involved, I might not fall. Alright, so let's put our dude here, and then we might craft him. Now we look okay. Alright, we're good.
All right.
Alright, made it to the top. Look at that! I did it. Oh, can I just jump down there? Oh, I want to go down.
Okay, so the spot that you want to go before you jump down, see, like down to the right, that's where I want you to go, those spinning pads.
All the way over there?
Yep.
Well, that's not up on the tower.
Well, I thought it was up here.
Yeah, I'm jumping down the donut. Whoa!
Oh, man.
And the camera couldn't even keep up.
Good thing there was water at the bottom of that.
I figured it was fine.
What's going to happen?
Let's make it. Jump. Alright. Alright, so you want me to go and replace them on the platform?
Yeah.
Or, well, now we know where they are. I guess I can go there. People probably want to see other levels.
Yeah, but
Alright, so they were past here, right?
So yeah, so it's right over. So I think you got to climb up that, and it's probably where you were jumping before. Like yeah, right there.
All right.
So
This better be good, Mike.
I think it's pretty awesome. It might be one of those awesome
Are we getting any good questions?
magic Twitch moment. So is
4-hour stream. Well, that would definitely jeopardize beta.
the Win 8 beta coming out in October? It won't make October,
All right,
but
so-
it's going to be really soon. We're really close, but you know, I don't think you're going to see invites in October.
So do I want to climb up the ladder?
Yeah, I think so. Well, I
On
think
the
that's how you
stairs?
get there. Maybe, well,
Okay.
maybe you could pan around and look and see like how you get up to the.
Oh, I see. Yeah, so it's this direction. All right. This guy's got to be tired. All right, here we go.
All right. So yeah. So hey, free coins.
Oh,
Yeah, this
is
looks
cool.
pretty
I was
easy, huh?
close. Yeah. This isn't bad at all.
So what happens? Yeah, go ahead. Now, what happens when you stop?
I don't want to stop.
So, well, no, like these things are spinning, and he's got to correct for these things
I don't-
spinning as he
I don't
jumps
wanna
up. Hey, Mr. Coin.
I did, but I'm almost to the end.
And the last one is awesome. Here we go.
Oh crap! And everybody, hold on.
Oh!
Oh!
All right.
All right.
Sorry, I just
so we
thought
got
that
a
was
couple other
cool.
things to show. So what else we got? Did ring toss. Mech doesn't work, sadly. Sneaky Goblin was what Claude made. What happened to Saxon Dave?
Oh yeah, where is Saxon Dave? Oh, that's right. I forgot about
This
that.
one? I'm rolling the dice.
Well, I'm
No
gonna-
name
I'm gonna-
level.
I'm gonna cover this up right now. Oh,
All right,
wait,
there we
wait.
go. All right, you know how
Okay.
to play this. I don't know how to play
No,
this.
I don't know how to play it.
All right. So let's give him some background on this. Was this because
Okay.
of the charity thing?
So one of the things that, you know, just the backstory, Microsoft's like really always has a real big corporate push on charitable giving. And in October, I guess, is it the Give Month or whatever? There's just a lot of things that they do to generate money. We auction. One of the things we auctioned off was really cool was for anybody at Microsoft that donates enough money to a charity, the highest bidder would get their, what was it, they're basically themselves as a caricature in the game.
yeah,
in Project
as
Spark
a
game.
Project Spark character.
That was Brad Schumer that did that. He also
Yeah.
offered to do a hand-painted portrait of somebody. So we do a lot of different things to try to raise money because charity is super important to Microsoft and to all of us. So one of the events we had, I think it was Friday, right? We had what's called Pie Craft. It was a pie throwing event, and you got to bid money to throw pies at some of your managers and bosses. So we had Sax Pearson, who's the director, executive producer of Project Spark, really the big boss,
So how do I name this?
and our general manager,
In the face.
Dave McCarthy. Of course, great guys that they actually were able to, dress up and let people throw pies at them. I didn't throw pies, he didn't,
I didn't.
because we kind of want to play it
They're
safe.
doing some other. Yeah, that's.
But a lot of people did. So this was basically they made this little pie simulator. So yeah, restart it, and why don't you go to Dave? Because I guess Dave was making
So how
some
do I
faces.
aim?
I think you just got to line up.
Oh, he's taunting me.
See, yes, and I guess that's exactly what happened. At
Oh,
the
and then he
pie
turns
event.
red.
Look at that.
Did you see that?
That is awesome.
That's hilarious.
And the crowd, you can't hear the sound, but the crowd's
Duck.
cheering.
It's a
And
little duck.
there's a wild one that Dave.
Oh, that's so cool. And it changes the color of the pie.
That's great. Do this all day.
I gotta cheat.
Oh, look
Let
at
me
that.
cheat. Where's behind this? Oh, they actually locked me out in the invisible wall.
Look at that. So
Look
see,
at
people
that.
ask about invisible walls.
That's cool.
How
The other
is the
thing I
size?
just
Cool?
showed too here is you can see you can just restart. So very quickly you can go ahead and restart.
We could throw some more at Sax, who hopefully isn't watching the stream.
Well, Sax always wears black, so this is one way to get him to not wear black.
It's true, he does always wear black.
We can make Sax wear red. Oh, I missed. Purple. Sax will wear purple.
Yeah.
All right. So do we have any other ones to show?
I think that might be it for on the build, which, you know, I mean, we had some asserts, we didn't have any horrible crashes. Did you want to show the... What?
Shh, don't jinx
No,
it.
oh.
So what do we want to show?
Do we want to get into the World Wizard, or do we want to save that for later?
We got 15 minutes, so let's save that.
Okay.
Okay. So do we have any? We didn't have any other reserves levels.
No, I think that's it for... I think we might have some in the alpha. Those are the only ones we had loaded up here that I was able to get to run.
Okay. So let's do some fun stuff real quick in the character. I know a lot of people have asked about things around physics and how easy is it to do stuff. So, you know, I'm not like at a Claude level when it comes to the brains and
Who is?
And stuff. That's true. So let's try and do some simple stuff here and mess around with physics. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to remove shoot from the Y button. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn that into throw. So now very easily, just by changing that one tile, and again, it's really cool because I can test very quickly, you can see that I can throw, and I'm throwing a default object. And those default objects have some default physics, some default properties, and they stay alive a certain amount of times, etc. So let's go into the gallery, which I'm sure everybody is very interested in looking through real quick. And
I
let's
think
grab
Bias
another
is
object here.
screenshotting everything we're doing.
So let's
right
go
now.
ahead and let's put down this leather ball. And again, one of the cool things is analog zoom on the controller. Sorry, I just love that.
Oh wait, I need to do a quick PSA. So if you're watching this later and you're watching this on video and you're doing what a lot of people we've heard recently have been doing, binge watching Project Spark, I want you right now to stop, hit pause, stand up, stretch, look around, get a drink of water.
Yeah,
and
that's why they have those little warnings, like don't. Play
yes, and then you know, go ahead and do that right now, and we'll wait for you. No, we're not going to wait. Go ahead.
Okay, so what I did was I changed the
Suckers.
physics of the leather ball to make it a little bit stronger. And now I'm going to go and I'm going to continue to modify this throw. So I don't want to throw the default object. I actually want to throw something from my world, which in this case will be the leather ball. So I'm going to go ahead and confirm that. And then I'm going to go to what I talked about before was the modifiers. And the modifiers are, again, sort of recommending. So I'm going to say in direction. And I can do something very simple here. So I can say in direction, and I can go ahead and just say forward. So now whichever direction my character is going to face, it'll throw this leather ball. I also made it a template, which means I can throw it multiple times. So you can see here, whichever direction, I increased its mass a little bit. So whichever direction I sort of face, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to roll the ball. So it'd be, you know, pretty easy to do a bowling pin type of thing or a bowling game or something fun like that. I actually like a lot of control. So I'm going to actually say in direction, and then I'm going to go to my camera, and I'm going to say camera forward, which is really cool because I can actually mess with the character a bit. Now I'm going to do some more stuff. I'm going to say I want to launch high, and I'm going to go to another modifier and say launch strong. Okay, so I've got my leather ball here that I can launch, and again, it's going to be in the direction the camera's facing forward, so if I wanted to put a little HUD cursor up here, I could do that.
Oh, neat.
But it's just going to basically, whichever way the camera's pointing. Even if I push up a little bit, it's going to throw it up in the air a little.
It's going to throw up.
Could do that too. If I spin too much, it'll probably do that. All right, so let's go ahead and I'll quickly. You guys have seen this, so not super exciting, but I'll go ahead and I will draw the HUD real quick for you. So I'll go to display, and then I'll go into the gallery again, and I will go to the icons. And I like to say,
Can you make an
I like to
object?
use the search.
Can you make an object move relative to another object, like a box on a train?
Box on a train. Yeah, you could do stuff like that. I mean, the easiest way to do it is just attach.
Right.
So I don't know how much of the attachment stuff we've shown.
No, I believe you were about to do it, and then
there's some simple attachments, and then there's the stuff that I was going to show.
Oh, okay.
So this should show a crosshair in the middle of the
What were you going to show? Everybody keeps asking. I don't even know.
It crashes in this build every time.
Oh, okay. So what are you going to show? He's going to show it soon.
So you can do that. I'll show you real quick what you've been asking for. So right here is attach. It's actually the labeling's reversed in this build. So it's actually not attached. But I'll go ahead and I'll throw another one of these leather balls in the world. Let me zoom in a little bit here. I'll throw this one into the world, and I'll go into the attach, which is actually this one here, and I will attach this to my character. And I think it's going to be me moving the leather ball around direction. Yes, very quickly.
No.
So there's some bugs there.
Well, I don't know. I think that was you that. You
But
did set up right.
but you can see you can quickly attach something. Let me see if I can. Oops, I'm still in attach. You can move it up a little bit, and let's see if that helps. I lost my attachment. Oh, there it is. So here you've got something that's going to go ahead and follow you, so it's attached.
Well, I think you're following it. I'm just saying, you know.
Sure. But then that's a quick and easy way to attach, and there's a bunch of other stuff that we will show later on. Okay, so now that we've got this this sort of bowling ball that we can set up, I was thinking maybe we can go ahead and grab some stuff from the gallery and maybe knock some stuff over or something and show a little bit more of the physics. So let me go ahead and grab our push block, which is a nice default. And I'll throw a push block down, and then let's mess around with its properties. Now you might have seen there, I switched between controller, so we're using controller on Windows 8, and the mouse and keyboard, and touch is another control that you can use. So this type of stuff just goes back and forth between those things really easily. Okay, so this block's already set to tumbling, but its mass is a little bit high, so I can actually, I can scale that down real quick with the controller, or I can go in here and I can set like my own specific number to it. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to put my own number in the keyboard. I'm just going to say 50 real quick. So this is going to make this thing fly. And now that I've got my settings on this, I can just go ahead and very quickly clone it and sort of put it around the world wherever I want to place it. So let's make a little bit of a stack of these real quick. And we'll put one at the top. And let's see what happens now when I go ahead and I hit that with my other physics object. You can see.
That's great.
Quickly like that, I've got a cool stack of stuff. Now I can make these things heavier, lighter.
Right.
I can just go ahead and mess around with the physics however I want and do a bunch of cool stuff like that. So I love to gamify everything, and I always go, let's turn something into a game. So let's see what we can do, turning maybe this into a bit more of a game. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take our trusted little logic cube here.
Did you ever play Battle Blocks?
I did, yeah, the EA Wii mode game. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I like that game. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to say when countdown timer. So I'm going into the brain, and I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to say 1. And actually, let me go in here. I'm going to modify it. I'm going to say loop. So now the countdown timer is going to tick 1, and it's going to keep looping. What I actually wanted to do is I want to set up a variable. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go into this number, and I'm going to call this my timer. So I'm going to set up a variable. Now that variable lives in this logic cube. So if I want to use it or call it or do something like that, I go back to logic cube in this variable. I'm going to go into math, and I'm going to say decrement by, which means, you know, every time 1 second happens, I'm going to go and take a number and lower this by, and I'm going to say 1. And now I need to say when once. I want to take my variable of timer, and I want to say equals, and then let's pick a cool timer for our game. So let's do it kind of under the pressure, but maybe not that much. Let's say 20 seconds. So I'm going to say once timer equals 20 seconds, and then I'm going to have every second it tick down, and then we're going to want to see that. So similar to the way that I displayed the reticle, I'm just going to go ahead and say display. I'm going to steal my variable, copy it over here, timer, and then I'm going to modify it. I'm going to choose the font size, and then screen location, and I can, wrong one, I can change the colors and do all types of stuff. Let's put it at the top. Okay, so now we have a 20-second timer ticking down at the top, and we've got a little bowling game here, and you can see aim the crosshair up high, and boom. I can knock all these down. And we can do something fun around like a timer. Maybe you have to do something in a certain amount of time, or whatnot. Let's make our stack here a little bit more robust. Maybe add a bunch more to the stack. Again, I'm just going to kind of quickly stack these up in a big row. Some of them might just automatically fall if I don't stack them too carefully. All right, so let's do that. So now we've got a timer going. Let's maybe do something cool here where let's throw this little unassuming goblin up here at the top. Let's put him up here, and then let's go ahead and grab him.
How do we? What do we stand on?
And now I'm going to go into his brain and delete it. Sorry.
What do we stand on combat mechanics? Remember you were showing me some cool stuff.
Oh yeah, so
at your
Claude can
desk?
go through some of that stuff too. All right, so now we got a cool goblin at the top and a cool timer. And let's see, we can knock him down. Oh, he's hanging on.
So
And now he's hit the ground.
Aris has a question. He wants to talk about how file saving will work in order to edit the same map from PC and Surface Pro 2. So the long-term goal here is that we want you to be able to play and share levels across any devices, and we'll do that all up in the cloud, right? So all this will be done by you log into your account and you can get that level you were just working there.
Right.
That's not working now in alpha, obviously, and we're not. That's not even going to be in beta, is it?
Right.
Well, it's only on Win 8, so how would
what
that-
you're going to have to do is you're going to you can share it out and then you can grab it anywhere you want.
Right. So you'll have to, you'll have to share it. What Mike Kelly was asking, he's right. Like, you'd have to share it and then download it again, at least for beta.
Right.
Long term, it'll be easy. Everything you have, you'll be able to access via the cloud.
All right. So what I did here is I said once this goblin bumps the terrain, we're going to have a score variable, and then we're going to increment that by 250. And now what I wanted to do is go ahead and play an effect after he bumps the ground. So I'm going to go ahead and go through our effect gallery, none of which are named push. And let's see what we've got here. So what's a good one? Let's have him poof out in a cartoony poof. And then after he does that, I'm going to go into our little create tab and then say destroy. So once he bumps the terrain, we're going to have a score that increments by 250. Let me go in here and do similar before. Let's set up our score variable. And say score equals 1 to our numbers, and we'll say 0. So this sets up that I have a score that's 0. And then I'm going to go ahead and display that as well, although it won't display when he's dead. So let me go and put that in the logic cube, which I probably should have put my score in the logic cube as well. So I'm going to take this line, copy it, and then I'm going to switch this out for objects in world picker, the goblin, because I'm going to refer to the score variable that's in him. Here, and grab my score variable. All right. So I should have a 20-second timer. If I knock this guy down, he will give me a score. I don't want to display it there, so let me go back in. Again, this shows a great example of how quick it is to iterate something and change it. I
remember the old days where you'd have to make a change, and then you'd have to wait hours for a build to go, and then you'd go and test it, and it'd just be we're gonna do it again.
So let's put our score. Well, we want it still large. Let's put our score in the upper right. And let's modify its color, and let's change it pink.
So we had a stream we just did recently that showed off the water pools and some of the cool stuff we have there.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff.
So you might want to check into that, and it may be something that we'll revisit again. I just don't know. We have a lot of stuff that we need to cover between now and beta start, so...
And my score went away. Oh yeah, because it's in him. So that's a cool example of just some of the things you can do to play around with the physics. Another thing that actually is interesting to show is how do I, let's see, so we can do something really quick that says, steal the timer again, when timer, and then we say equal to, and then we say 0, and this is really simple and easy. You just go interface, and then you say game over. So you can go ahead and just very quickly and easily have a timer that has the game over.
We don't have any type of dissolve effect for objects or anything, do we? Is that on the wish list somewhere?
Dissolve effects? Like have it like fade in and out?
Yeah, like...
You can do stuff to it, like add the highlighter and stuff like that.
So you think you can fake? Whoa, he's
There
okay.
we go.
Oh no, he's not.
Well, I can do something like, I don't know exactly what you want for fade, but let's
Well,
say,
it just kind of like, you're crushing.
I grab this.
You want to see them kind of poof and explode, and I think
so I can do a whole bunch of different stuff. So I'm going into this one block right here, and I can say combat events, right? So I can say when it's hit by an attack, and then I can have it do stuff. So I can have it grow, I can have it shrink, I can have it flash and highlight, and then after it does that, I can go ahead and I can have it play an effect, or I can have it destroy. So for example, I might go in here and say play effect, and then go into the library and go into the effects, and I could say something like, what's a good one here? Pumpkin explosion. And then I can
hate
go
it when that
ahead,
happens.
and then after I hit this block, I can just say I want to destroy it as well. So when I hit it, it should flash, and then play an explosion, and then go away. I think it was this cube right here. I missed. So there.
Oh, nice. That was pretty good.
Right, so I can very easily like copy that brain into all of them and apply it to all of the blocks. So you can do a bunch of different effects there. You can make it look like it fades. The other thing that you can do is, you can see here, like when I hit it, instead of doing the highlight there, I could actually say something like, again, I can change its color properties, its color intensity. I can scale it. I can say visible equals, and then I can say false if I go into here to the booleans. So by hitting it, I can actually make it not visible anymore. Let's see if I can. I'm going to shoot higher this time, and there we go.
Nice.
So you can see I just made it invisible by hitting it and played that effect.
So people would keep talking about horror games. So somebody was saying that we should do one of those for the next stream or something.
I think
like
that's a good idea.
It's something that we just kind of think about. Like, we showed like Nine, who's one of our alpha testers, did a nice little haunted kind of level there that was kind of a little bit creepy and had some really
we
cool
actually
effects.
had Keith, if you remember from the castle. He built a really cool maze and a whole story and some other stuff. Maybe we can reveal some fun stuff on our stream tomorrow.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool. I mean, it's
Cool.
If we
If
get a
we
build.
don't, if not, let's go for some horror stuff tomorrow.
Okay.
So channel some cool Eternal Darkness sanity effects or something. maybe?
Nice. Yeah.
Let's do some horror stuff.
Yeah. We'll
All
see.
right. So there it is.
So guys, so we'll have another stream tomorrow. It'll be on the Microsoft Studios channel. We'll link to that on Facebook and Twitter, and we'll let you guys take a look at that. Be 3:30 p.m. So it'll just be a half hour later than what this one started today. Otherwise, make sure you sign up for beta, www.projectspark.com. Beta, you won't be getting any invites in October, but it's really soon. We're really close, kind of going week to week.
Sorry, I'm playing with stuff.
I know, I noticed that.
So I made the mass like super heavy, and it's falling through the other blocks. It's pretty funny. Okay.
And so, and sign up for beta because, guys, we want to get you all in. Like, it's, we're going to scale as much as we need to get everybody in. We can't get everybody in on day one, but very quickly we're going to scale up as soon as we can to get everybody in that wants to come in. And you guys will be in doing this yourself and showing us what cool stuff you make. Like, what we're doing. What are you going to make?
No, they all hit the ground, so they destroyed.
All right. All right. Thanks, guys. We'll see you
All right, take
tomorrow.
care.